How many of you feel that things are beginning to just fall apart around you? Type in the comments below, fall apart. How many of you feel that the world is just so confusing? Like things are so hard to get on with. Like you got a new software, and the software has so much stuff to do to get good at it. So type in the comments below complex. Down there. See, you've clicked on this video and you're watching this guy on a green screen that doesn't work, and you saw the 40 by 1000 number going on. So basically, this video series is about me making 100 videos, 100 crappy videos to get the hang of my YouTube channel. Once I have laid the bedrock on my farm of a YouTube channel, these are like tiny seeds, and as I go beyond 100 videos, perhaps I shall start judging my videos a bit more critically and make it better with better production value. Right. So let's begin. In this video, we're going to talk about the 5 things it takes to build a better world. Okay, like basically to design a better world. I'm talking about design. Number 2, which architect inspired me to like pursue this this new venture of teaching design online. And number 3, what are my next actions going to be? So number 1, I'm going to start talking about the design of everyday things. So this book is just phenomenal. It took me a while to figure out what about this book I'm is something about this book has always attracted me, and I just didn't get it. Well, I bought this book back in 2014, 15, yeah. And this book was written, yeah, I think the new edition of this, the copyright is 2013. Hi, Advik. Hi again. Thank you for being my constant watcher. Yeah, thanks. So if anybody's watching, please follow Advik Noob, COD Noob. And by the time I reach my 100 videos, he's going to probably be Advik COD Pro or professional. So, okay. So today I'm going to start teaching you about design of everyday things and how you can start identifying bad designs wherever you are. So one incredible example for design thinking I would give is a door. So basically, uh, there are so many types of doors you see, right? You see when you pull them, doors are open when you push them, doors you slide, and doors I don't know what. Oh, you can rotate, revolve the doors. So all that stuff. But since my adventures in architecture for the last 8 years and my you know my experiences with bad design, uh, things have started to make sense to me when I'm reading this book. Though when I was in architecture school, I did not get the value of this book. Though now I'm beginning to see what's going on, and I was able to figure out how to apply the 5 basic components of good design. So what are the fundamental principles of interactive design, right? So this is what we're going to talk about. So the book is actually about human centered design, which is HCD, which was developed by the author Don Norman. Don Norman has worked with the Apple computers and several other companies. And so in this, he talks about how in the since the decade of 2000 to 2010, we have come up with experience design, industrial design, interaction design, and these are all areas of focus. Okay, these are all areas where you are intending the outcome of experience and stuff similar to that. But human-centered design is a process that ensures that the designs match the needs and capabilities of the people for whom they are intended. And there's this really cool line he says. It is time to reverse the situation, to cast the blame upon the machines and their design. It is the machine and its design that are at fault. It is the duty of machines and those who design them to understand people It is not our duty to understand the arbitrary, meaningless dictates of machines. So there you go. If you ever needed like a call to action to become a better designer, that is it. And the five components, I'll be quick to tell you about it. Not quick enough, apparently. They are the fundamental principles of interaction design. We'll start with affordances. Affordances are, if you've seen a door and you've seen the hinges of the door, you basically know where that door opens, right? So you got to figure out, like that's what affordances are. So look at this book. The book is like, we know that the pages are attached to the spine. You can see the spine, and I have a bookmark here. This is the bookmark. So when I take a book, it's not like I'm gonna like open it this way, or it's not like I'm gonna open it this like rip it apart. I know that the book opens like this, and it's like natural. It's not like there needs to be an instruction manual on how to use this book, how to read a book. First, take your left hand, and no, there are no instructions because you don't need them. You know exactly how to use a book. And a bookmark, right? A bookmark is just uh, like we'll get further to this. Like a person who doesn't read often, he'll see a bookmark and he'll just think it's nothing, it's just a piece of cardboard. However, to a person who's reading a book and he has to go somewhere, he needs somewhere to keep the page. And I still have a question paper for my architecture school kept as a bookmark from the last time I had read it. So these are the things which we know instinctively. Now those are affordances, right? Things are instinctive. And in some theories, I guess theories, right? They would be considered theories. There is a psychologist, like this guy mentions, Don Norman mentions, and his name is Gibbons. Just yes, J.J. Gibson. Sorry, J.J. Gibson. So he's an eminent psychologist, and his theory is he's a Gestalt psychologist. So even in architecture school, we were taught about Gestalt psychology, and he has a Gibsonian psychology, which is an ecological approach to perception. So according, see, I have made a video before um, about what do you call it? About consciousness, right? Like how does like a human being deal with or interact with the world? So there are several things that like we probably use all of our senses and everything. However, Gibsonian psychology, like postulates or not postulates, it's probably argues. So the approach is that it's direct perception. So he argues that it requires no interpretation. It is directly perceived. Like you see it, it's directly perceived. That's it. There's no such thing as It's like even Don Norman says, like, are you sure if they directly perceive human beings directly perceive it? Because he asks here, nothing could be direct, right? The brain had to process the information arriving at the sense organs to put together the coherent, in what do you say, interpretation. Like your eyes need to look at a pen, the eyes need to look at a pen, the hands need to touch the pen, stuff like that. But Gibson argues that no, it's not needed. Like you instinctively know it even before your sense organs know, you instinctively know how to grasp it. So you like it's like a feature of the human psyche, I suppose. More research will probably be done regarding this soon. However, for the purpose of this video, we are only going to focus on the principles of interaction design. Now, we have gone through the affordances. Now we're going to talk about signifiers. So affordances are something that are obvious to you. They are obvious, and you know how to use it. But signifiers are something which tell you which is not obvious. Okay, like that's a good good enough way to like explain that to you. So for example, I'm reading a book. Okay, I'm reading this book, and I have like covered a couple of pages. If you ask me, hey, how many pages of the book did you read? Like if there are no page numbers, I would have to count one by one, and like I would answer him after like half an hour. Like I mean, not half an hour, like a minute or so. Like I can count fast. So that there are like what, so 26 pages. I have read 26 pages so far. Now, how many pages are remaining in the book? Then I would have to go, oh my God, like, I'd be there for some time, right? Like, that's such a boring thing. Like, I would rather spend my time somewhere else. That's why we have signifiers of page numbers. and that's a signifier. That those are things which are like not obvious to the affordance. Similarly, the bookmark becomes an unintentional signifier, because the more book you read, more part of the book you read, you know exactly how much how much of the book is remaining. You do not face that with a Kindle. A Kindle, even if it has 1,000 pages, it still looks the same. So when I'm reading War and Peace, the only signifier I know is when I click on the top part of the Kindle to see how many pages are remaining. That's a signifier. Now, further, as we go along, we are going to talk about feedback. Sorry, before that, mapping. So what is mapping? Mapping is basically like how what is available for you to use. So like it'll point you to the direction of from where to where you gotta go in a product. So in a book, it's usually this. Like you can turn the pages, and that's a basic mapping for a book. But some complex, more complex designs, such as consider YouTube. Like like on top here you have the YouTube symbol to go to the home page, or you have the like button, and everything subscribe. Like those are all brightly lit. If the subscribe button is brightly lit, it's like telling you to like press me. So press it. Okay, like the button is telling you to press me. Basically that. So as we move along, we have feedback too. Hey, thanks, Adrik, for subscribing. I can always count on you, pal. So feedback. So you've been into an elevator and you keep seeing those people press the same button even though it's lit up, and it's a bit like it's like the more artificial things we see in the world, like there's a bit of a thing that why doesn't this thing work? And we do some inefficient things, and those are like all qualities of bad design. See, really, it's not your fault. Like even I get mind boggled to see like some people not getting how to use Instagram or Facebook, like the people of the older generation. Perhaps the design would get better as we go along, because the paradigm of a touchscreen phone and all that, I think it's new to them. Maybe like a better design would be to have, I don't know, like how that kind of design would look like. So if you have any suggestions of like better design, where a digital design, where the and a person of an elder person or a senior person is able to like navigate it much easier, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to know it. Look, I'll use a green screen, but later. All right, I just need to make this video, and I'll use the green screen maybe after video 60 or something. So right, where I am at. Mm, okay, after feedback comes conceptual models. Conceptual models is like an explanation. It shows a map of what the product is about. So in this case, a conceptual model would be the content page of the book. So you will know like, oh, okay, like the whole book is like like this. And you know what? Consider the year, right? Consider the calendar. A calendar will have a conceptual model of the days of the week, and as such. So I did mention that like what inspired me to start talking about design, and what inspired me to keep making more of these videos. And soon you'll start seeing my online course for design thinking for entrepreneurs. And this will be like applying design thinking and my expertise on design. Like how you can apply it immediately. Like I want you, like I don't want to like show you like how to go from one place. I don't want you to learn the whole map just to go from point A to point B, right? If you're in Bangalore, you want to go from Yeshwanthpur to Mantri Square, like you don't have to learn the whole map of Bangalore, right? I don't want that. Like, I want you to give like point shooter style, like how to design anything. Okay, like I want more designers to start designing their environment, and like that's the possibility I'm seeing here, that anyone can design their life and they can design their world. So that's the mission. And the mission, I was inspired by this architect called Buckminster Fuller. It's called Bucky for short. And I think he could be one of the greatest. I think he would be the greatest architect. If I can humbly put my opinion out there, because he was not just an architect; he was an inventor too. He made like some really cool concepts. Like it's like the basics or the foundation for those who come after. he made a car like called the Dymaxion car, which had 5 wheels, which is fascinating. Like I suggest you look it up. And Norman Foster of Foster Architects, he's the guy. Norman Foster designed the Apple Cupertino headquarters. So he is inspired by Bucky too. And like Bucky's mission was a world that works for everyone, and he calls the planet Earth as spaceship Earth. And he had like these interesting ways of language, where instead of weaponry, he would say like we need to build more living like so weaponry, living like machines which help you like live better. And like he invented a lot of cool stuff, like the geodesic dome is a Buckminster Fuller dome. And the mission of my design course is that a world that works for everyone, for you, for me, for everyone. So that's the mission of having a design course out there. And I'll be putting it online, and of course there'll be a nominal fee for it. And you will be able to like start your design journey, and apply your design thinking skills. And so the idea for coming up with an online design course is that I want to also replicate the sort of college experience. So Facebook is basically like a virtual version of a college, right? Everybody is there, like you have all of their this thing. But Facebook has now exploded into the whole world, so it's like a world campus sort of thing. So I would like to make a smaller section of it. So it's going to be I'm probably going to invest in some kind of first, so like a central hub kind of thing. And basically I'm going to be following the exponential organization model of Salim Ismail. I think that's the name of the guy who wrote the book Exponential Organizations. And you'll get to see more of this very soon. And thanks for being there, Advik. You've been through the whole video, and thank you for the comments. Like it's nice to have like an audience. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you very soon. Bye bye.